You know what I'm saying? Before I get the video started, I got 3 things to discuss, you feel me? One is the like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Every time y'all click, even before y'all eat, when y'all see my video pop up, hit the like button first. You feel me? Before y'all even watch the video, hit the like button. You feel me? Because y'all been slacking on the like button. I've been getting a lot of views, but not enough likes. And y'all is tripping. I don't know, is y'all forgetting and got the amnesia or amnesia? But y'all tripping. 2, I got community service. I don't know what week. I think it's either next week. She said she's gonna. Anyway, I'm gonna do a community service for a whole week. So no telling how I'm gonna do videos. No telling. But yeah, they're gonna get a video started, man. Chilling Scares. We were at him in a minute, haven't I fought with him. Shit, so.
This happened in June of 2020, back when the pandemic was in full swing.
Yeah, that bit was...
Like everyone else, I was spending a lot of time inside. I wanted to get out and had the idea of going camping. 6 of us planned to go.
Y'all probably were like, why the fuck flies be flying around this motherfucker? I got my window open and flies be all around.
We found a really nice looking spot on Google Maps that was alongside a lake. It was 5 hours away. We decided to take 2 cars since we couldn't comfortably fit all of us with all of our stuff in just one. In the first car was me, my sister's friend Hannah, and a guy Hannah brought named Jack, who I didn't really know if it was her boyfriend, just a friend. I didn't know and I didn't ask. The second car had my cousin and her husband Josh. We packed up the cars and started making a long journey through the mountains around 3 a.m. so we could get to the spot early that morning. The drive started out normal, but about 2 hours into it, Jack started complaining about how sick he was starting to feel. Which was fair, the roads were windy. I asked him if he wanted me to pull over, and he said not yet. Jack was sitting in the back seat with Hannah. I kept glancing up at him through the rearview mirror to see how he was doing. The last thing I wanted was a pool of vomit all over my back seat.
Definitely.
As I looked, I started to notice him acting really suspicious all of a sudden. He had his hand in his backpack and a grin on his face. He started asking really weird questions. He asked me if my car doors were locked. I replied saying they were, that they automatically lock when the car goes into drive, like pretty much every car does these days.
Yeah.
My sister and I exchanged weird looks with each other. Eventually he told me he was gonna throw up. I offered to pull to the side of the highway, but he insisted I take this dirt road that he somehow knew was coming.
Man, you got me fucked up. But if I know you finna throw up, if you tell me you finna throw up, it happened 2 times. My cousin and my own girl. I know you finna throw up, nigga. I'm pulling over. I don't give a fuck where we at, nigga. I'm pulling over like I'm pulling over like the police pulling me over. Man, I'm pulling my ass over right there. I'm gonna give your ass at least a minute or 2. Man, you got me fucked up. Matter of fact,
I
tell that back. My homeboy he threw up. My other homeboy. So I have 3 times. But 3rd time as like my homeboy threw up. He didn't throw up all the way, but he kind of threw up like, you know what I'm saying? He cleaned that shit up though.
Behind us to tell her what we were doing.
That shit up.
Jack proceeded to lead us down a dirt road that barely had enough room for our cars to fit through the trees. Multiple times I asked him if this was good, but each time he told me to keep going.
Man, what the... Bro.
I shot multiple concerned looks towards my sister.
You're dumb.
Finally, Jack told us to stop. He got out of the car and ran into the woods, disappearing almost immediately.
Man, look here, man.
We couldn't see anything, only what was in front of us lit by our headlights. 2 minutes went by. 3 minutes. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. Nothing.
That bitch would have been left out there. I'm trying to tell you. I swear to God. I don't even play like that. And you already...
Suddenly, 3 men came out from the trees on our left.
Whoa, wait a fucking minute. 3 what? Before I ain't paused it. But, you feel me? You gotta know who the fuck getting in your car. My boy Charlie posted. I be fucking with a whole lot of YouTubers. Some of my subscribers, y'all see I be fucking with other YouTubers too. I be watching a whole lot of other YouTubers like Charlie, my boy Charlie, a whole lot of Murder Show, Ciabatta, or the Kid Gaming. I be fucking with a whole lot of YouTubers. I ain't gonna lie. So some reactors I don't fuck with like as in watching like, cause they be, I don't know, I know they be faking their reaction. I don't like
wearing those masks.
Oh yeah, I fuck with DJ Ghost, of course.
It was dark, so I couldn't tell, but it looked like they were holding weapons. I laid on the horn and started driving forward where I would have enough room to turn around. My cousin in the car behind us did the same. As we were driving off, I caught another look at the men. They were just standing there, watching us. We made it about 100 feet when I noticed something on the road in front of us. It was a spike strip. I quickly got out of the car and threw it off the road into the forest.
Oh, they had this shit playing.
I got back in, looked in my rearview mirror, and now saw the men full-on sprinting towards us. I put the pedal on the floor, and we made it back to the highway minutes later.
Oh, yeah.
I got a call from my cousin who sounded frantic, asking who those men were.
Bitch, we don't know.
I told her we had no idea, but that Jack never came back from out of the woods. Hannah later found out she got a text from him. It was 2 words, F you. We started questioning Hannah how she knew Jack, because, like I said, I didn't know if it was her boyfriend, friend, or what. She said she had met him on Tinder a couple weeks back. We went through his profile and saw immediate red flags.
Sister just, I ain't gonna count. I ain't gonna count. I ain't gonna, you feel me? I ain't gonna just downplay, you feel me? I'm saying, you know, I mean, you feel me? So you feel me? I know how it is. You just can't trust everybody, not that fast. Not a couple weeks now. Not a couple weeks now. You don't know nobody in a couple weeks. You don't know nobody in 3 months. You don't know nobody in 6 years. You don't know nobody in a year. So, you feel me? You think you know them, but you don't. You feel me? So, I mean, I used to get on Tinder and BLK. You feel me? For those who don't know, this blackpeoplemeet.com and Tinder. You know what I'm saying? I done met up with a couple of people out there, or both of them. But as, you know, as far as trusting, nah. Get me fucked up.
This guy was trying to lead us into the woods to possibly kill us.
Yeah.
My sister cut ties with Hannah not long after this. We don't know if she ever talked to Jack again, but for her sake, I hope she didn't. We ended up canceling that whole trip.
Yeah, that should have been. Man, y'all cancel that.
Hey guys, did you
oh,
know
yeah, because he would have known where they was going type
now?
shit.
So there's a website that helps
I mean,
people
but
with
you might well
second
go.
chance.
Shit, fuck that shit. I need to come, you know what to do.
Let me start by saying I've always really enjoyed road trips.
And the whole car, you got 2 cars full of people like that and nobody had a gun? It's crazy. I don't care what race you is. Never think shit's sweet. I don't give a fuck if you black, white, Asian, or black, brown, yellow, orange. Don't never think shit's sweet. You feel me? That's why you always get you a fucking gun. Always. It could be a 6-shooter. Long as it's something that pew pew make a bitch get on. Y'all be tripping. Y'all be thinking shit good it don't.
Sometimes take them just for fun, listening to music and getting lost.
And this movie boring as fuck.
It's usually just over the weekend or so. I go with my dog Zeke and usually spend the night in a cheap motel if it ends up being a multiple day thing.
Movie boring as fuck.
A few nights ago, I was taking another one. On my way back, I left later than I usually would. I started nodding off and realized I wouldn't make it to the next town, much less my house.
Shit, not me.
The road I was on was surrounded by a dense forest, so when I found a clearing in the trees, I pulled off the highway onto the dirt. I was planning on sleeping in my car, but I honestly didn't know if it was legal or not, so I continued driving through the trees until I couldn't see the road anymore.
I don't think so.
I let Zeke out to do his business and reclined my seat all the way back. When he got back inside, I closed and locked the doors. To describe where I'd parked, it was opposite a small cabin, but not directly in front of it. And again, there were plenty of trees, so I didn't feel like I was intruding on the owners in any way. Plus, at least from what I could see, it looked abandoned anyway, so I'm not sure anyone even owned it. After a few minutes, I started drifting off. I must have been sleeping for at least a few hours when I woke up to Zeke softly growling under his breath. I sat there listening, trying to understand what he was hearing. Just then, I began hearing footsteps coming from outside the car. This was followed by a long, high-pitched scratching sound. Zeke started going crazy, barking non-stop.
Crank up your
I
car.
turned on my headlights and saw a very tall, middle-aged man dragging what I thought was a key around the perimeter of my car. He walked very slowly. I didn't know if he could see me, but it felt like he didn't take his eyes off of me the entire time.
So you gonna sit there?
He had this malicious grin on his face.
You gonna sit there?
Horrified, I adjusted my seat back upright and started the car ready to gun it. But he had made his way to my front bumper. All other sides of my car were surrounded by trees. The only way out of there was through him. I yelled out and laid on the horn. Zeke
For one, see, it's really some dumb people out here in this world. I'm sorry. For one, why would you stop in the woods, pitch dark, bruh? I stay in the country. Like, I stay in Georgia, but I stay in the country part of Georgia. I don't stay in Atlanta like the city. Like, the city is like where a lot of shit at. I stay in the country part, like the little country towns in Georgia. That's where I stay. You feel me? We got a whole lot of country. I know we got plenty of dirt roads like that. Dirt roads and woods and shit like that. It be pitch fucking dark out there. Don't ask me how I know that. Don't ask me how I know that. But still, bro, y'all tripping.
aggressively barking. That's when I saw that he was holding a butcher's knife.
Bitch.
He started walking to my driver's side door, giving me an opening. I took it and started driving back towards the highway. I drove home without stopping. I got out to check the damage, and my paintwork was completely ruined.
Damn.
I don't know if that guy was trying to teach me a lesson for parking on his property, or if he even owned the property. I don't know. I don't plan on ever sleeping in my car again. At least not in a remote area.
Dumbass thing.
Assalamu alaikum. If you're a Muslim who's fed up with your job and you want to escape the 9 to 5 and live a rich life without restrictions.
Salam, nigga.
When I was a senior in high school, me and a couple buddies used to drive out to a cemetery to do some late-night ghost hunting and mess around.
Oh. I think these stories get more dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber.
We lived near a small town
I
in
ain't never
Vermont,
thought
so
about
there
doing
wasn't
no
much
shit
else to
like
do.
that. What the fuck?
We'd walk around and take photos and videos, but never captured anything unordinary.
I ain't gonna lie. And I know I got a lot of white people that watch me. You feel me? I love y'all. I love y'all to death. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all to death. But man, y'all got a couple dumb people, dumb white people. I ain't gonna cap. And I know these ain't black people, because black people don't do this shit. I know I wasn't even thinking about doing no shit like this in high school. I ain't never thought about it.
If you haven't been to Vermont before, most of the roads are very long and windy. We live deep in the middle of the woods, where there are no streetlights, and houses are like a mile or two apart from each other. The road to the cemetery itself is probably about a 20 to 25 mile 2-lane road, with just a few old-looking run-down houses.
Now, what the fuck?
The atmosphere alone is already creepy enough, even without the cemetery. Anyway, my two friends and I were on this one trip up there around 2 in the morning. It took a good 30 minutes to get there. We were about halfway when this car comes up behind us out of nowhere and starts riding dangerously close to us, like to the extent that I couldn't even see its headlights.
Damn.
We couldn't make out the car or anyone inside of it, but we slowed down, assuming it's a state trooper or something.
Nah, I'm state
They slowed down too, keeping almost the exact same distance. I sped up again. Still, they kept the same distance. That's when they turned off their headlights. Now, remind you, there are no streetlights on this road. It's pitch black. I get up to about 20 or 25 over the speed limit, and finally we start to gain some distance. At this point, we think we lost him, when about a minute later, his headlights come back on, and he's right behind us again. Then his headlights go out. About 20 seconds, they come back on, and he's directly behind us again. He does this about 3 or 4 times. I tried to ignore it, thinking it was just some idiot driver in a hurry.
Yeah, alright.
Finally, as we near the exit for the cemetery, the car starts to let off. We turned into the cemetery, parked, and got out to start walking around. We were walking for maybe a minute when a set of headlights pulled up right behind our car and stopped. Now, mind you, it's 2 a.m. No one else should have been out here.
Y'all ain't either. Y'all
Three
should
of
be out
us
there
stuck
either.
down behind a headstone and watched.
Y'all definitely should be out there.
Two masked men got out of their vehicle, both with some type of blunt object in their hands.
They need to. Teach y'all
My
dumb
heart sank. If we had to run, I don't know how we would have in the dark forest with the little light we had. I could feel my heart racing inside my chest.
Get back in
We
the
all
car.
looked at each other with terrified expressions.
Get back in the car, man.
The two men walked up to our parked car and started looking inside the windows with flashlights. They then began trying to break into the car by tampering with the
And y'all let them? Oh my God. Like, I swear to God. And also, y'all have to teach y'all kids survival tactics. Y'all cannot just throw y'all kids out here. My mom always told me you can't trust nobody. Not even family. She always told me that when I was little. She always told me that. You just can't throw your kids out there. And when shit happened to them, y'all be like, oh my God, my kid. Well, you didn't teach them no survival tactics. You didn't teach them if something like this happened, they run. Or something like this happened, you run or call the police. You run or defend yourself. Y'all gotta start teaching y'all kids survival tactics. Y'all just can't think. Y'all just can't let them think everything's sweet.
with terrified expressions.
Once again,
The two men walked up to our parked car and started looking inside the windows.
I ain't got no kids yet, but when I get them,
They then began trying to break into the car by tampering with the driver's side door's lock.
not going in like this.
They routinely looked up and checked their surroundings. After a few minutes, they seemed to have given up and started smashing at the door's window.
They got me fucked up.
It shattered after 2 or 3 good hits.
That bitch ain't worth for that.
One of the men got inside and started trying to hotwire the car. The car wasn't the newest by any means. It definitely was possible to hotwire the thing. I sat there, praying they wouldn't be able to. It must have been 20 minutes when they gave up. They took everything out of the car, put it in their car, and drove off. Before getting out of our hiding spots, we called the police. When they arrived is when we finally revealed ourselves.
Bitch, y'all should have been doing. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, man. They should have been doing. Oh my God, bro. The same way y'all post these stories on Reddit, the same way y'all could have called the police. Y'all could have called the police and whispered that shit. Whispered where y'all was at. Y'all said it took them about 20 minutes to come where y'all was at, right? I mean, it took them 20 minutes to just give up. They could have been already there. All you had to do is just tell them not to turn on their lights. Man, bro, I swear to God, bro.
Took everything out of the car, put it in their car, and drove off.
Straight down.
Before getting out of our hiding spots, we called the police. When they arrived is when we finally revealed ourselves. We lost hundreds of dollars worth of camera gear that night.
You should have.
One of my buddies lost his whole camera,
You
while
should-
the rest of us all lost things like tripods, camera lenses,
$100
and
camera,
other
you should have
gear.
lost that bitch anyway.
The cops took all of our statements and got photos of the car's broken window. One of the officers told us how common it actually is for people to get victimized and have their cars stolen by force on these empty highways during these hours.
Alright. Come rock my way if you want to. You gonna be rocking your ass to the upper roof. But yeah, man. That being said, man, give you a thumbs up. Make sure y'all give you a thumbs up. I'm gonna put it right here. Hold on. It should have been in the first time, but just in case, you know what I'm saying, I misedited. You feel me? Give this motherfucker video a thumbs up. Cause y'all be tripping, man. That being said, see y'all motherfuckers on the video, man. Let's ride, man.